Hey, what is up, awesome people? My name is ShittyWags, and I'll be sharing with you another Astroneer base design. This is a small, compact build, but despite being very small, you can still fit 6 stations into it nicely, along with plenty of room for power and storage. I've been calling this thing the Spider. If you've ever been to a carnival, most likely they had a ride called the Spider or the Octopus, and you'll see why when this is all finished. It looks similar to one of those rides. The first thing we need to do, and it's really important to this build, is to level off all the ground around the habitat so it is perfectly level with that habitat base. I'm going to go ahead and do that through the night so you guys don't have to watch that. It is boring, and we'll start the build when there is daylight. I'm going to walk through this step by step. I just feel like that's the best way to explain everything, because in Astroneer right now, if you mess up, well, there's no way to undo what you did. And believe me, I've messed up plenty of bases. One quick tip when you're building, don't have any resin in your backpack. There's nothing more frustrating than to accidentally click out and build a platform or a station and you didn't mean to. So I try to keep all my resin off to the side somewhere. It's okay to go ahead and collect it ahead of time. What you can do is, if you're worried about losing it, just dig a hole and dump it all in there. And then you can just grab out pieces as you need them. The sun now is coming up, and you can see I have the ground here pretty much all leveled off nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead and extend off one side of the habitat, and we're going to be doing 4 extensions off of this habitat, so you want to keep them all perfectly straight and across. On the first extension, I'm going to raise the ground beneath it, and it's going to create a small mound directly in front of that extension. You want to climb up on that mound and begin raising that mound right underneath you. Try to position yourself to get a good view of that extension, because we want to be raising it also. Just try to be careful not to fall off. Raise the extension slowly, one click at a time, watching to make sure that extension is raising with every click. When it's not raising up anymore, go ahead and jump off and add the resin, and that's going to create a big step up, much higher than the habitat, and that's exactly what we want. Now we're going to go ahead and extend out from that platform up on top in the same direction. Again, just make sure this is very straight. You want every extension we make on this build extremely straight. Go ahead and add the resin, and that extension will drop back down to being level with the habitat. And go ahead and build the first station right here. On the left and right hand sides of the station, we're going to go ahead and extend out again and build those into stations. Again, keep these straight. And what we end up is with 3 stations that are really close to one another, but at the same time spaced out enough that we can still put storage on both sides of them and they won't touch. Next, we're going to go to the opposite side of the habitat and repeat the exact same steps, creating the first extension and then raising that up as high as it'll go, and then building the extensions off of that raised platform for the next 3 stations. And all there really is left to do is to bring out 2 extensions from the other 2 sides of the habitat, and that's where we'll eventually put batteries and some wind vanes. I'm going to go ahead and completely finish the base here and put a little extra twist on it. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, and as I approach the base here, you can see this thing looks like a carnival ride. I get excited every time I drive up to this thing. I can almost smell the cotton candy in the carnies. If we look here, I've got 2 solar panels up on those very top platforms. On this side of the base, I have the vehicle bay, the fuel condenser, and the trade platform. and on the other side the research station, the printer, and the smelter. Then I've taken those middle extensions out twice to make room for batteries and wind vanes on each side. A lot of people talk about what base design is more efficient, this or that, and I guess if efficiency is what you're looking for and you're judging that on the amount of steps you need to take to get from station to station, this is about as good as you're going to get. We'll get a top-down view here and you can see everything fits together pretty nicely if I do say so myself. I was a little bit crooked on that one side, and if you decide to build the space, you want to try to keep things as straight as possible. I think I've said that about 10 times now, but that is really important in this build because you have to keep those extensions straight so everything will fit together. Now for that little added extra, I've lost so many vehicles and materials. At this point, I really hate leaving anything outside. I went ahead and I built a little cave bunker underneath this thing to store all my stuff. That's definitely not something you have to do. And that is it for the Spider base design. I think this is a relatively quick and easy build, and I like the fact that it is compact and you don't have to do any digging. That way you can place this thing just about anywhere. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I really would appreciate it if you took the time to hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this base. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.